You kind of look like Travis Kelce.
Hey, Miami sports fans. Stop by Canesware today at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. And check out their awesome merchandise selection of your favorite South Florida sports teams. From the Miami Dolphins, Hurricanes, Heat, Marlins, Florida Panthers, and Inter Miami, they've got it all. Celebrate your favorite team and show off your fandom with their beautiful team starter jackets, killer-looking helmets, team jerseys, cool shirts, and more. And if you're out of town or out of state, no worries. Go to Canesware.com and find everything they have on their site. Select what you want, and they will ship your gear to you. Anything over $99 is shipped for free. Don't wait. Stop at Canesware today.
Traffic, but I love you.
Ahora de Cuba la Bella, del Palacio de los Jugos,
Los chicharrones.
Los vecinos aquí se enteran de todo.
Mi vecina es la CDR en Cuba.
Y en verdad no hay nothing that you can do. Chacleteras sin llames con corbata.
Aquí yo vendo hot dog, pero en Cuba yo era médico.
Les saco el dedo y digo Q.
Sweet home Hialeah. Solo 30 minutos de Le Fallo.
Oh,
Sweet home Hialeah. I hate your traffic, but I love you.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of East 10th Street Boys. I'm Bobby El Gringo. That is Alex the Boy. He is over the weather, not under the weather. He is over the weather.
I'm in the weather, over the weather. I'm everywhere on the weather. I'm like a thunderstorm right now, bro.
You got that Barry White voice going.
You see, and it's funny because before we went on, and you're like, oh, you look like Travis Kelce today. I'm like, you kind of look like Jason Kelce if you had like the hair going up. So we kind of look like. I'm just not.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you walked into it completely.
My bad.
You did play O-line.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, first off, let me welcome everybody who's tuning in, whether you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, X, or Facebook. We appreciate you watching. I'm your host, Bobby. I look at here. Phins is in the house. Rob, Dolphins thirsty for Dolphins content. Check out DolphinsThirsty.com. Bobby is really short
now
today.
That you say that, it's true. In podcasts, you never know people's true height. Like, people could always be
huge. No,
really
I didn't expect when I met Phins when I met Evan, he got out of the car. He's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What the?" Oh my God!
He just kept going.
All right, Andre the Giant, you know, man. But hey, we have a fun show lined up.
What's
we got
up, man?
Rob, of course, man, good dude. Talking about Rob, we got an awesome guest here today. She does the Dolphins Diaries show on Dolphins Thirsty. She will be our guest today. Might talk a little bit of Dolphins, but she's here to actually talk Miami Heat basketball.
Oh,
she is Duncan Robinson's maybe #1 fan. So we know she's gonna come on with that. Excited about having her on, Courtney. But first, of course, I want to get your reaction. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk on the Dolphins right now. We got the Heat. We're going to talk a lot about the Heat. Word of the day. I'm going to try to pronounce it so Alex understands it so that he can explain it. And then a couple silly questions just to keep light in the mood. And forgive Alex if he has to mute and you see him going like this.
Oh, yeah.
He's sneezing his head out. He's sneezing his brains out.
I'm going to mute myself, but I'm going to leave the camera on for comedic purposes, just so you guys can see what it takes. This is behind the curtains to do a show.
Behind the curtains, that's right. Back it up, big podcast in the house. Great to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. All right, Alex, man. Hey,
she survived. She survived, Evan.
Yes, he did a Christmas show with Courtney on Phins Talk Sports. It was Phins Talk with Phins and Courtney with Doll, and They were on for almost 2.5 hours talking Dolphins, talking life.
Wow.
Yeah, it was almost kind of a spinoff off East 10th Street Boys because they went into talking about children and stuff. Wow. It was really, yeah, they did a good job there. They did great, and she did survive. Supposedly, she told him she's down for another episode. So he is, once you tell Evan that, he's going. He's like, we're going.
Don't do it. Evan already set it up. He already designed everything.
Yeah, I got it all worked out. Oh, man. But all right. Hey, Alex, man.
Yeah.
This last Sunday was a heavyweight matchup.
Yes.
2 top teams in the AFC and NFC, 10-4, 10-4, Cowboys versus Dolphins. Top 5 offense versus top 10 defense, back and forth. I mean, this was a game that not only Dolphin fans wanted to win, but the national media wanted to see if Miami could pull it off. Lo and behold, what a fight it was. Offense did enough. Jason Sanders, I don't want to hear anybody talk about Jason Sanders anymore. I've been saying it all season. And he showed up when we needed him. 57, 54, 52, and then a game-winning, clutching the game winner. Congratulations to Jason Sanders. 22-20 win. Dolphins pull it off. Dolphins now 11-4. They've clinched a playoff spot. They still have to get that divisional. They still have to win the division, and they're fighting for that number 1 seed. Baltimore's coming up.
Game of the week.
Alex,
game of the week.
I need to get your reaction, brother. This win for Miami. Yeah, just your reaction, brother. What did you think of that game?
Well, what you mentioned is true. It kind of put me to ease in regards to Jason Sanders because I've been one of the biggest critics of Jason Sanders, and I'll give him his flowers. He kind of reassured you where I said that the Dolphins might lose a game because of Jason Sanders this year, but they just won a game because of Jason Sanders this year. So that kind of eases you into the playoffs because some of these games in the playoffs might be just what we saw against Dallas. These games will be tough, especially Baltimore right now coming up. So there are things that I was happy with Mike McDaniel's play calling, where you saw the commitment to. Yes, I watched the game, Evan. Yes, I watched the game.
Yeah, Evan.
You saw Mike McDaniel's commitment to the run game, and at times, to a fault, because if I was him, I would have thrown it in some of those instances, but maybe like on first down. But those are things that you're progressing, and you saw the defense have a complete game again. Brandon Jones seems very healthy finally. So I always thought that he was a missing piece with Javon Holland. Hopefully Xavier Howard is he going to play this week? Is he cleared or no?
Xavier Howard, Evan and Rob might pop in right now. I haven't heard anything. I know Javon Holland is looking like he's going to play.
He's going to play? So we're almost there. We're almost there, back to full health, obviously, without Jalen Phillips. But you feel that this team is hitting its stride and winning the games it has to win. And the national media, no matter what, they're never going to give you your credit, especially Colin Cowherd. So I'm not looking for any reassurance. I'm really not, because they're always going to move the goalpost for us. I'm just happy that we were able – the whole talk was the Dolphins need to win a game against an over 500 team. We won a game over a 500 team. Now, they won it at home. It doesn't matter. It was the Cowboys. You won.
But Cowboys were losing. We missed out on a guard. They missed a guard.
Of course. Right. We haven't had our O-line healthy like in 2 weeks, but
I think we had one guy who was healthy on that offensive line.
So those are things that I'm just excited because this win now catapults you into the matchup against the Ravens. And that's the way the Ravens plays against the 49ers. Once again, the Super Bowl might be an AFC championship game with the Ravens and the Dolphins. So those are the things that's the real Super Bowl to me. Because they're the 2 most talented teams in the NFL right now. I believe they're the 2 most complete teams in the NFL right now. And they're battling for number 1. So I'm just happy that this win leads you directly to the next game. You're not going to get overconfident, but you won a game that was down to the wire, kind of like the Chargers was in the beginning, but with special teams in regards to Jason Sanders' defense. Your offense didn't commit any turnovers. You can say they took care of the ball. They have some injuries to overcome. So there's nothing but positivity as you roll now into Baltimore.
Let me just say thanks. Back It Up Bench Podcast. I appreciate the kind words, brother. We appreciate you. Ralph is in the house. Raphael. I see Mommy Phins Talk is in there as well. Great to see her. But no, man, it's the Dolphins did what they needed to do. They got that monkey off the back. And one thing, Finstanza knows this. more than anybody. I hate moving the goalpost. You know, if we're going to set expectations and then somebody meets those expectations,
yes,
give them their flowers or
yes.
call them out and move on.
Yeah.
Don't say, oh, but the Cowboys were missing one of their guys, or oh, but wow, Miami did it only one time. They haven't won a playoff in 22. So shut up. And I agree. Back it up. With Back It Up Bench podcast. Who cares what they have to say? Who gives a damn? They don't. That's why my point is
just
when people go, Stephen A. Smith and so don't believe Tua is an MVP, or this guy's or the Dolphins are. They don't really watch the Dolphins. We do on a weekly basis, or and we watch as much as we can, and we see how Tua plays week in and week out. We see how Coach McDaniel calls plays week in, week out. We see the flaws. We see the plus. We see the whatever. These guys watch them in the national games. So every national primetime game they watch, the Dolphins struggle most of the time. This game here, the Dolphins finally did something, and they go, oh, well, that's because the Cowboys got it. It's the same thing with the Miami Heat. The Heat beat the Philadelphia 76ers. Not this recent game. They did, though. But the Heat beat the 76ers in the playoffs. It's, Joel Embiid was hurt. They beat Giannis in the Bucks. Oh, Giannis had a bum ankle. It's like they always move the goalpost. And, just call it what it is. Because if the Cowboys would have beat the Dolphins with one healthy offensive lineman, with a banged up Tyreek Hill limping onto the field, a hurt Jalen Waddle who was out most of the game, Raheem Mostert, with all that crap that was going on, Jalen Phillips out for the season, one of our star defensive players, what would they have said? Javon Holland, our star safety, probably the best safety in football. What would they have said then? The Cowboys earned that win. That's why the Cowboys are one of the real teams in the NFL. They're to be Baltimore and the Dallas Cowboys.
Bro,
because Miami won. Miami won. It's, oh, wow, you did it one time. Try doing it twice. Yeah,
do it again.
We're going to move the goalpost. So who gives a crap what you have to say?
And
do it in the playoffs.
Dolphins couldn't win in December. That talk is over, right?
We can't say that no more.
Exactly.
You can't say that no more.
Stay healthy. Knock on ours wood.
Oh, yeah, Alex. I haven't said it, bro. I said it before the season. I haven't said a word. But you see, you set expectations before the season. I set expectations. I say, hey, I want to see this and this and this. They meet these expectations. You give them their flowers. You move on. Yeah, game, you're going to call a bad game. You can say, hey, man, McDaniel called a bad game. Hey, Tua played a bad game. But you know what? Not that Tua did. He had a pedestrian game. I think, not a great, but not a bad game.
To his standards.
293 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Think about that. How many yards did he throw for?
293.
Notice what you just said. That's a pedestrian game to what we're used to. Still 293 yards on the air.
And my point is, and there were some things where, some throws where you go, what? But, and I've talked about this a little post-game.
He overthrew a chain a little bit. He looked a little bit off.
And I think, kind of, went a little bit with Waddle. But my point is, if that was Tua last season or the season before that, we lose that game. But when you play like that and you have some of those little hiccups here and there, and your defense comes up and does its job, and
that's a sign of a great team.
And one of the best quarterbacks in football, and Dak Prescott this season, MVP candidate, no doubt, CeeDee Lamb, you shut him down in the second half. Your defense did that. Your kicker won you the game. That's why the Dolphins are a different team than they were last season or the season before that.
Yes.
Because now your defense is winning football games.
Yep.
Your kicker is winning football games. Your quarterback doesn't have to do too much, or your offense doesn't have to score 55, 40 points, 70 points.
What we talked about,
22-20.
Offense could have an off day, and you still have a shot. That some of these teams, for example, I understand they're a young team, and I'm not trying to use them as a comparison, but Kansas City looks completely out of whack. They haven't been able to get on the roll. I know they have a young offensive line. They have a young wide receiving core.
Well, that's a great point, because what are people going to tell you? Here, let me tell you what a Kansas City fan might say, or just any fan, really. They don't have wide receivers. The receivers drop the ball. Well, guess what? I could tell you that if Tua was 27 or 37, 24 or 37, okay, so there are so many completions there. You look at Pat Mahomes' numbers, I don't have them in front of me. They don't look that bad, but yeah, they drop a lot of balls. But guess what? If Kansas City had Miami's defense, and Kansas City has a damn good defense, but if Kansas City had Miami's defense, they would have won those games.
Yeah.
They held the Cowboys to 20 points, our defense. Held the Cowboys to 20 points.
I'm doing that live.
Oh,
I got my medicine. She sees me dying, so she's like, I gotta make something. I'm like, thank you.
Oh,
that's nice.
Yeah. What? I love you. I love Manny, man. God bless you, brother. Manny popped in. He has it in both. He has it in both captions.
Is there any medical expert? Is there something suspicious about this here? Can
Let me see the
anybody analyze
bottom.
this?
Let me see the bottom.
What's going on here?
Thing right there. Oh
boy. Hey,
she put some cleaning detergent.
If I don't want to talk to you guys again. Much love, Miami. Have a good night. Go Heat. Let's go Phins.
Next episode on Dateline. It's like, oh man, but Manny's in the house. Man, I appreciate everybody watching right now. We have a great show. In a little while, we will have Courtney on the show with us, talk Miami Heat. But so Alex, now we got this game coming up.
Yeah.
No, before we do that, we're gonna have. Let's redo here what we've done in the past. I want to do that. She would wait. I know.
Of course.
All right.
After the show.
So, and talking about Courtney, she is here, and I she's gonna talk mainly Heat today. We're gonna talk a little bit of Dolphins because she loves the Dolphins. I think she has her Heat gear on, but I don't think she'll mind that. We're still talking Dolphins, but I definitely don't want to keep her in the back. So let's go ahead and
bring her in.
Pop it in here. Let's put our little thing here. Kabooyah! What's up, Courtney? How you doing, girl?
Courtney?
Good. What did I miss? Because I popped in.
Oh, just that if anything happens to Alex, Dateline, the wife just brought him some tea.
It was my wife. Yeah, because I have a cold, so she brought me some vitamin C mixed with something. So I just wanted to make sure there was no arsenic or anything in it. So
do that on live video.
See, there you go. She said,
"I'll tell you, bro."
Oh hell! All right, now we know.
Took care of mine.
That's right.
I don't tell her, but I'm giving her way more credit than that.
All right, so Alex, we're gonna do the Serial Awards very quick before I ask you about Baltimore.
Perfect.
And we could get Courtney's answers on this.
Yeah.
She was with me on post game with Evan, and so we had a good time on that. Of course, reacting and celebrating this win. Let me go ahead. I forgot which is which, but we'll just go with it. All right. Yeah, there you go. Fruity Loops, best offensive player. Alex, who was your Fruity Loops?
Best offensive player?
Yes, sir.
Can I go with Jason Sanders? Or is that special?
I guess you could go with him. I mean, I guess that would be player of the game.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Player of the game. Okay, no, offensive player. I'm still going to go with Tua because he managed the game and he had Dolphins firing on all cylinders when needed. I would say Mostert, but I'm going to go with Tua because, like you said, I know it seemed like a pedestrian game, but Tua played exactly how you should have played that game. The way the game came down to the wire, he played exactly how he should have played. But I'll keep Jason Sanders for my player of the game.
All right. Hey, Courtney, who do you think was the offensive player of the game against Dallas?
Jeff Wilson.
There you go, okay. Jeff Wilson.
Well, we needed him. He came through, got us that first down, and a little to set up Jason Sanders to do that. I was expecting it.
I like it. I think that's a good one. No, and it's true. He came into the clutch. I mean, 21 yards, but it was important yardage. Came in and did it. You know, I will get it's going to sound cliche. I'm going to give it to Tyreek Hill just because on that bum ankle, hurt, 9 catches, 99 yards, did what he had to do, and showed up for his team. Let's see here. You got Captain Crush, defensive player, best defensive player. Courtney, who do you think was the best defensive player?
I'm probably gonna go Bradley Chubb.
I like that. I think Bradley. Yeah, I agree with you. Bradley Chubb. I mean, he's having himself a season, and he's really turned. Even though he's had a good year all year, he's really turned it on here in that second half when we needed him. Alice, who's your best defensive? Oh, go ahead, Courtney.
He's putting the pressure on, even if he doesn't get there. The threat of him just in your peripheral, I think, is really.
So you say Bradley. I'll say Zach Sealer. I love what I'm seeing from him the last few weeks and what he did in this last game as well. I mean, he didn't get that touchdown. I know he wants that other touchdown, but he did really well. And him and Salt and Pepper are doing really well. Alex, who do you think?
I'm going to go with Chubb too, but I'll give also credit to Fangio. I think Fangio's play calling has really gotten. I know he's getting a lot of people that are healthy, but his play calling has really improved, and he's using his personnel like we always knew he would. So I'll give it a chub on the field, but FanDuel definitely is calling it a great game.
Let me go ahead here and we'll roll. Now here you go, Alex. Player of the game. And I think I agree with you on Jason Sanders. It's Jason Sanders. We all agree?
I think so. Yeah.
Jason Sanders. Alex, I'll let you then that one I'll give it to you. Play of the game.
Oh, I mean, for me, it's going to be the game-winning field goal. I know people are going to go for it. I just like the fact that even though Jason Sanders made 250 plus, everybody was still on the edge of their seat waiting for that last field goal attempt. So I'll call that the play of the game.
Courtney?
I'm going to go kind of off of my offensive player, and it's that last Jeff Wilson run, first down to get us to set up for Jason Sanders' field goal. I think that was a play of the game because that could have ended it. Like if he didn't get that, we would have been done. So I think that's the
for sure. Fair game. I would have said the first 57-yarder for Jason Sanders because it was the longest attempt in his career. It was the 57. I was watching it. I saw that 57 yards and I went. And I'm like putting my phone down. I flipped it over because I did not want to see Evan's comment because he missed it. And he made that 57-yarder and took that monkey off his back, and he hit that 52, 54, and then the game winner.
So you're admitting live on air that you did not have confidence in Jason Sanders kicking that 57-yard field goal.
I had full confidence. I just didn't want to hear from Evan.
Then why would you flip your phone?
Because I don't want to see Evan. I didn't want to see Evan's comment.
I had my fingers crossed. I was nervous. I'll be the first one. I was nervous.
I'm defending Sanders all season. You know that. Don't play that game. Don't play that game. You're not a believer. You're a terrible person. You didn't believe him. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am not at all.
All right. So let's do this, Alex, because obviously Courtney's going to do her pregame show on Dolphins Thirsty with Steve, I believe, right on Sunday. Do you? Oh, I thought you do normally now. I don't know. Okay, my bad. So
you know what happens is that they say, "Do you want to do this? Here's the link," and I pop on. I haven't say no. I have so much fun. Yeah, I didn't do it. If he wants me on, tell him to just DM me. I'll do it.
I didn't know. I'm sorry, my bad. No, but anyway, so
it is. So
so this was here's where I was going, and I'll start with you, Alex, and Courtney, you could follow up and touch on it a little bit. Because I know, obviously, Courtney's going to talk about Dolphins. She actually has a big show tomorrow night for Dolphins Diaries. She's going to have
take too much.
Shannon Needham on tomorrow, Nick Needham's mom.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. So she's going to have a big show tomorrow. First off, before that, what are you going to talk to? What are you planning on? What's the topics for tomorrow night?
Me and her? It's going to be, she has a great story of just her life and overcoming and triumph. And Nick as well, but we're focusing more on her. And then we're going to go into a little bit of what it's kind of like to be behind the scenes, a mom of an NFL player. We know what the player goes through, but
that is really cool.
There's a whole support system behind them, kind of what you had to sacrifice, what you had to give up, and then how rewarding it is to be. And then, I'm going to ask her what it's like to be at the game. Like, you're not just cheering for the Dolphins now, you're cheering for your son. And we're just going to kind of cover life in Dolphins.
This can be great for you, Courtney. If you can get something going with all the moms or the wives of these players, it's a pretty cool thing, a pretty cool concept.
I would love it because I want to do the female thing. Like, there's women behind these men, and they are doing things that they're not getting credit for. They're sacrificing. If they want to be on, the only man that I will let come back on my show is Xavier Howard. I've already put it out there. He knows he will not get a nicer podcast host than me.
Love Xavier Howard. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
It's going to be interesting if you talk to Tyreek's wife right now. It's like, whoa.
You know why, though? Because she's managing his businesses while he's doing football season.
Exactly.
I would love to just talk to her. And obviously, I would never ask about.
No, please.
All that shit.
That's.
I would love any of them. Also, Sam Van Ginkel, I would love to have her on after Hard Knocks. She just seems like she's a good time.
Yeah. Andrew Van Ginkel's
mothers, grandmothers.
Those are cool.
For sure. So, Alex, after watching this game and what you saw Baltimore did to Miami, how concerned are you, if you have any concern against Baltimore, and what are your three keys to victory?
I'm I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not concerned, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Positivity or anything. I'm not concerned because I see the way our defense is playing and the way our defense is healthy. Just like we talked about in the beginning of the season, that we wanted it for the December stretch. We talked about this stretch. We talked about Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo. And I'm like, if we could be at full strength, obviously, in hindsight, we had no idea, no clue that Phillips was going to tear his Achilles. So he was part of the equation. But I feel people have stepped up in his absence. So my keys, my three keys to victory, to me, is start strong. Start strong and play our game. Because if it gets into a shootout, there is no football player I fear more than Lamar Jackson. Like any other team right now, whether it be Pat Mahomes, anybody, there's nobody that I respect more than Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson can change a football game in an instance with his arm or with his legs. So they're well coached. They have a decent defense. So to me, it starts strong. Maintain a balanced attack once you have a lead and minimize defensive lapses. And that would I would put it on Fangio, where you have I want you to play a consistent game, keep them guessing, blitz them at crucial times. Don't be predictable. And Fangio's pretty good at hiding what he's wanting to do. Usually his formations always do that. Like you never know what's coming at you. So start strong, maintain a balanced attack, mid second, third quarter, and try to minimize errors on defense. Don't give Baltimore opportunities.
There you go. Courtney, are you concerned at all? I won't ask you for the keys because I don't know if you're doing pregame or not. Sorry, but how concerned are you going into this game for Miami against Baltimore?
The only thing that really concerns me is the one aspect of our defense that we've really struggled in. Well, there's two, but the one main that we struggled in is mobile quarterbacks, and we seem to struggle containing them. And I think Lamar is the biggest of the mobile quarterbacks. I mean, he really set the standard. And that only worries me because if we have Ramsey, we have X, we're locking down the receivers. We really need to be prepared, and we need to get the pressure and block it off with the linebackers, stopping Lamar. That I think is my biggest concern. Just making sure that that's finally done.
And you brought that up on postgame on Sunday. I know you've been bringing that point up, and it's no lie. I mean, and that is why this game should concern you. This is exactly what you were saying. If I remember, correct me if I'm wrong. You said on postgame, Dak is not really a mobile quarterback, but you kind of saw what he could do compared to what
struggled with Dak. And I was saying it scares me because we struggle with Dak. He's like a Patrick Mahomes in my mind, like he can run, but he's not like a threat. Lamar, Justin Fields, they can run and they can really put it to you. And if we couldn't contain Dak very well, we're going to struggle with Lamar if we don't fix some things.
Absolutely. That's why, again, I have my notes ready for you, but for me, it's like contain Lamar Jackson, hit him, rattle him, frustrate him, force him to make mistakes, get rid of the ball fast. And then obviously Ramsey, Howard, Kader Kohu, come down with that interception and make yourself a day. All right.
This sounds very central.
Don't have to cover your top receivers. That's my second point. I stop putting Kader Kohu on the top receivers because he struggles in coverage.
I don't know what that's. We talk about Mike McDaniel being stubborn. I don't know what Vic Fangio, why he's staying to that, keeping Kader Kohu. And I like Kader Kohu. I like
him, but I don't like him as the main coverage of a receiver in the middle of the field. He struggles.
It would make more sense, and not.
Is there a reason he does that?
I don't know. I'd rather have Javon Holland cover.
Holland's coming back. Hopefully, should be back this Sunday. But wouldn't it make more sense? And obviously, it's about coaching and where he is right now. But for your second round pick, your first pick of Cam Smith to be doing that role.
Don't even get started on the standard train.
I just what happened to Cam Smith, because with all the injuries, you'd think he'd be some sort of factor, or at least have something. I mean, even, Igbenogany was at least you saw him, but here you don't even see Cam Smith at all. So
they don't talk about they're keeping a tight lid on that. I've heard rumors and meanwhile, I don't know what it is, but I like Cam Smith. I think is
Cam Smith.
How do you feel about Braxton Berrios?
We all know how I feel about Braxton. We all know that I have nothing against Braxton Berrios. I just think that there's better kick returners. There's not I don't worry about him dropping the ball, but he's going to get me 5 to 10 yards. We're constantly going to be at the 20.
You sound like his father-in-law. His father-in-law is always just like, why is he always going the same way? Why is he doing
Get me to the 40. And poor Covey, I tweeted out, like, I wish Covey is who I want him to be. And then Covey started really dropping off in that game. So I apologize for jinxing him. But no, I don't hate Braxton. I just feel like he's mid at best. Like, I don't worry about him dropping the ball, but, like,
That's true.
Could you get me past the 20? Like, there's like a line, like a tripwire. As soon as he gets to the 20, he's down.
Right. She did. It wasn't like she went straight in on Braxton. That's why I brought it up. Ever since she's started appearing on the shows and it was like, sure. It's like, so tell us about you. Well, first off, I can't stand Braxton Berrios. He's a piece of shit. Whoa! I was like, what are you talking about?
You got to make a shirt. I hate Braxton Berrios.
Who didn't perform well? And I'm like, Braxton Berrios. Everyone's like, what? Like, of all the players. And I'm like,
3 duds, Braxton Berrios.
I'm tired of accepting mid. Okay?
They got all good.
With the 3 duds, she went Braxton Berrios.
There you go. All right. Let's get to why Courtney is here. Because what's so cool.
I did not say this at all. At all.
Yeah. Oh.
Emma just likes to stare. Like, whatsoever, bro.
Having the works is about to end real soon.
Oh, man.
Damn.
He's just mad.
It's coming with the fire.
Duncan is my ex of the Heat. So let's put that real quick.
Yeah, she
man. Right here. Duncan should. I know he had a mental block these past few years, but Duncan should have been playing. Should have been a rotational player last year from the beginning.
He popped off in the playoffs, though.
Cowgirls. That's great. All right.
On there.
She left it on there.
I didn't know it was still there.
So
the post-game show.
It's awesome. Again, guys, let me just first off thank everybody who's watching right now, whether you're watching on X, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever. We appreciate you. If you're watching on anything other than YouTube, why don't you get it when you have a chance, hop on over, hit that like button, that subscribe button, notify. I know Courtney last time was like, don't tell me what to do. But I'm not telling you, I'm asking nicely. But so on East Head Street Boys, for Courtney who doesn't know, even though she watched an episode the other day, so she got a feel for what we do here. Alex and I, we grew up together, Courtney. We're I would say best friends, but really we're brothers, and grew up on the same street, a house down, talk sports, played sports, talk about life, and that's what this show's about. We have a lot of fun. So we're going to touch on Miami Heat. We got a couple topics to talk about, and then we're going to go with word of the day, and then some stupid, silly questions just to have fun.
It's the best part of the show.
Yeah.
I gave you my 2 cents on candle smells.
That's right. You see? So that's the type of stuff we talk about. Just a bunch of random crap, but we have fun with it. But let's talk Miami Heat basketball. The Heat, without Jimmy Butler, defeated the Embiid-less 76ers the other night, 119-113, led by rookie sensation, my guy, Jaime Jaquez Jr., who finished the game with 31 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. Bam Adebayo finished right behind him, 26-15, 5 assists. He had a great game. Bam Adebayo and Jaime it was just ridiculous. And I know Tyler, I don't have it in front of me. Tyler had himself a good game. He currently sit on the 5th seed with Orlando, Philly, Milwaukee, Boston ahead of them. I'm going to start with you, Courtney, on this one. Those teams ahead of them. Okay, again, Orlando, the 76ers, Milwaukee, and Boston. Looking at the current field of teams in the East, which teams do you think Miami could catch up to? How high can the Heat go? They're currently at 5. Do you think by the time the season ends, do you see them finishing at 5? Do you have them going higher? Where do you think the Heat end up?
If we get Jimmy back and we can get everybody healthy, I think we can get up to 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah, I want 2 or 3. If everybody gets healthy and we get the rotation adjusted a bit. Because I don't like that Duncan comes. I think Duncan should start it off.
Yes.
Who should he replace in the lineup?
You're not gonna like it.
I'm not gonna like it.
Jaime at first, just the first get out.
Okay, what's the current starting lineup right now? It's
Well, the only reason Jaime started is because Jimmy's out. So Jaime will come off the bench no matter what. But when Jimmy comes back. But Jaime's starting right now.
Heat game, start to finish, so far this year. 2 I caught the end of because I had to ask X to give me. I was asking people on Twitter to give me like illegal sites to use because it's not streamed here.
Oh.
I'm in 76er land.
Oh. Ooh.
I'm not in Miami. So I don't get.
You got Steelers stuff all around you.
I only get televised playoff games here. Like I'll be able to watch every Heat playoff game, but I don't get to watch every Heat game unless I like illegal.
Okay. We'll talk off camera. Bobby, we have a little program here that might help you out with, Courtney.
I would like that.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, we'll take care of that.
The Heat are Kyle Lowry, right? So let me ask you, what got you into the Heat?
The Heat?
Yeah.
That's with everything Miami, but I come from a Lakers family, so they're Steelers and Lakers.
Ooh.
Okay.
And he got me Dolphins and Heat, and my brother played basketball for years, so I have a huge big Kobe fan. And then once I got the Dolphins, I started looking at other teams, and I realized that I was a big Wade fan, and I got the Heat. And then, it's gotten worse as the years have progressed. Like, I was at that point. I jinxed it. I'm sorry that I attended the finals game because I jinxed.
It's her fault that we lost. She went to the Denver game.
I was in Denver.
Oh, my God, Courtney.
No, it was my fault. I don't even know. Can I tell you? I don't know the last year. I don't even know what happened. I was sick. I don't even know what happened. Denver fans were hugging me at the end. Like, they were like, we're really sorry that you lost. And I was like, no, luckily I can't feel my toes. So, but yeah, it was my fault. I jinxed them. I flew to Denver for that game.
Okay, so what am I getting wrong here?
I think it went Jaime.
Yeah, isn't that how I say it? Jaime?
Jaime. Yeah.
Well, I said it. What did I say wrong?
I don't know.
Jaime.
Let me just start
Jaime.
Make everybody make you feel better.
They always I pronounce names bad. I can't remember anybody's name.
Jamie.
I'm surprised I even remember your real name. It's not Doll, but I know I'm horrible at that. I'm that person that you'll see. I'm that person that you'll see and you'll go, "Hey, Bobby." And I'm like, "Hey, you. Good to see you. How are you?" And I'm waiting for you to say the name. I'm just hoping nobody shows up so I have to introduce you because I'm like, "So, Tati, this is why don't you two introduce each other?" Yeah, I'm that bad. I'm terrible.
I'm gonna put my real name on anything now. Just for that. Yeah.
You just that's right. All right, Alex, it's on you, man. The earlier question about Heat, where they sit right now, 5th seed. First off, what did you think of that win? Was it impressive, or were you like, hey, you know what? Embiid wasn't in there, Jimmy wasn't in there, wasn't really that much importance. I don't really, you don't take anything of it. And then also, where do you see the Heat finishing after what you've seen so far?
Well, I have Miami preseason. I have Miami top 2, 3 in the East. I still think that's a story because when the whole situation with Dame Lillard and even later on, first Bradley Beal, Dame Lillard, we were talking about it. And I remember I told him, like, sometimes, obviously, what we said before, the best trade is the one you don't make. I think people undervalued the growth that Hero was going to have this year, even defensively. I think people undervalued the role Duncan Robinson was going to play this year. I think people undervalued who Jaime Jaquez is. So there's a lot of things in the NBA that people don't understand in regards to you just got to make a move, and you're kind of seeing that with Phoenix now, where you make a move that is splashy, but that's not necessarily the best basketball move. So with Miami, the way they are in the East, I do believe we're going to finish either 2 or 3 with we might be a game or 2 out of first place. I genuinely believe that because I do believe we're going to get on a roll. So
Cowboys fan, Josh Wingate in the house.
But am I impressed? It's like I'm not upset that obviously people are always are gonna be like, oh, but this player wasn't playing and he's the MVP. Like, I understand that, but they're still a professional team, and I was most impressed because this, for some people that remember when I would tell you about this is kind of like the Denver Nuggets build, post Jimmy, you're probably looking at your anchors right there. Whether you mix in another point guard, honestly, at this point, if Nikola develops, he's a luxury with this lineup because you already have your quote unquote possible cornerstones. Obviously, with Bam, you have Jaime and you have Hero. Like, people don't realize that Hero's what, 24, 25? Jaime's 22. Bam is 27. You have 4, 5, 6 years of this nucleus developing where you don't have to wait for Jaime to develop. Jaime is already there. Tyler's already there. Bam is already there. So even with this nucleus here, I think they're going to add on. I know people are not going to talk about the Heat assets, the same assets they didn't want in the offseason, the same assets that Joe Cronin could have had, some of them, and decided not to pursue. So all these things about, oh, these assets, oh, we can move them for Donovan Mitchell, we're always going to be tied down, even as collateral, because that's the way people build a market. You always throw Miami's name. Oh, Miami's interested in this player. Yeah, and we're going to be, if Donovan Mitchell becomes available, we're going to kick the tires. If DeJounte Murray from the Hawks becomes available, we're going to kick the tires.
That's actually the next question I want to talk about. So go ahead.
Go ahead. Go, no. You can
That's what my thing. It was the Heat are always involved in trade rumors. I mean, it doesn't end. It will never end. They usually include names like Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, Courtney, Duncan Robinson. They include these names, Alex. So with players like Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan,
yes,
Murray,
yes,
your guy Lauri Markkanen from Utah,
yes,
Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, I've heard out there, which is obviously that would be amazing. But which player would make the most sense for this current roster for Miami? And what would you be comfortable giving up?
People are not going to understand what I'm about to say.
We never do.
I would not trade anybody from this roster right now unless it's Kyle Lowry. Even Kyle.
I agree.
Kyle Lowry on a return on a 1-year deal, because this is the point. The reason we can keep Kyle and let his contract expire or acquire another expiring contract that might benefit us, like a DeMar DeRozan, is the fact that now you're playing into the offseason financially. You're still under the second apron. You have a $29 million gap coming out of your salary cap that you can still use to re-sign Caleb Martin. Now, that's a name to watch. I told you this, Bobby. I think the names to watch is Lowry and Caleb Martin.
Yeah.
The Heat love Caleb Martin. It just comes down contract-wise. Is it feasible? Is he going to command too much money? Are you going to go – the Heat are not going to go over the second apron. They're not going to go over the second apron. We see what the Suns did. When you go over the second apron, you're handicapping yourself with mid-level exceptions, with signing trades. So it's not only a financial or business side of basketball. It's not smart basketball-wise. Because just like we mentioned, the Suns, they don't have the right personnel right now. The Suns were an up-and-coming team. They were building around Booker and Bridges and Cam Johnson. You go for Durant. Perfect. Amazing. At least perfect Durant. But now you go for Beal. You're top heavy. You don't have depth. You have players that are complaining about their roles. So if a player I see coming, and I know is not a sexy name, but I know PJ Tucker, but I still don't. He's an expiring deal. We have too much in this roster. Even Highsmith. With Martin coming back, Highsmith minutes are limited. So I'm happy. I'm not content, because some people are like, oh, we can put this team is actually deep and talented. Like, this team could play with anybody right now. So I wouldn't want a LaVine, even a Mitchell right now, because there's something about acquiring a player, no matter how talented you are, in season, that it disrupts chemistry and your lineup. And Courtney actually made a great point. I've been a big fan. I think, honestly, even when Lowry's hurt, I do believe that Duncan Robinson should start with Hero. I'm a big fan of that. That their two-man game, him and Hero, they can feed off each other, and Duncan Robinson plays amazing next to Bam. So those are things that you might see coming now in season, where you're starting either if Caleb Martin stays in the starting lineup. I don't know. I'm a little iffy about that, because I'd like him coming off the bench with Jaime, but then if you do start Martin, Jaime is your featured second unit with Josh Richardson. If Kevin Love is playing backup center, so there's a lot of pieces. Even Orlando Robinson, man, you have 12 rotational players on any NBA team right now. So honestly, unless it's a matching salary, expiring deal, I wouldn't move none of my core players right now. And I do consider Duncan, Hero, Jaime, Martin all core players. And I think we're the deepest team in the NBA, in the East for sure.
Courtney, same question.
I wouldn't. I'm going to equate this to my Phins. I think the Heat and the Phins are pretty similar in the offseason. Like, everybody was linked to Miami Dolphins. Like, how many receivers? Cook, everybody. We were going to get all these. We were going to go after O-linemen. And our team was like, no, we got it here. We got this unit here. And look at what we're doing this year on the football. The O-line's killing it. We're deeper in linemen than we thought. I mean, we had, 10, 11 lineman units. Mozart is 31 years old, and he's like leading the league in touchdowns. And I think the Heat's the same way. I don't think we need to add anybody because I think they have the pieces there. They just need to tweak, get healthy. Like I said, tweak the starting lineup, kind of tweak who's going in or not. But I don't think you need to change it. I think we have everything we need, just like Miami has everything they need for their playoff push. It's all right here. It's all right in front of them. It's just tweaking the fine tunings of the team. I wouldn't go after anybody.
And I'm just gonna add one point, Courtney, to what you said because I just thought about it. The only thing that might change, and God forbid, if there's any injuries, then it changes some of your dealing in season. Because if you have an injury to a key rotational player, then you become an extra buyer where you might sacrifice a first round pick if it acquires a role player.
Yeah, that's only if there's like a big.
That's it, exactly.
But I hope. I mean, I'm knocking on wood, but there's not going to be.
And to that, Dean, the trade deadline is February, so we still got December 15 players that signed contracts this offseason just became eligible to be traded. So basically, trade season really heats up New Year.
So Bleacher Report, and I'll start with Courtney and then Alex, you could follow up. But Bleacher Report have you seen this Bleacher Report trade at all? Any of you with the Miami Heat? So their trade scenario, they had DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso to the Miami Heat for Kyle Lowry, Jovic, and a first round pick and a swap. So let's just that right there. DeRozan, Caruso for Lowry and Jovic.
I'm giving up Jovic.
You're giving up Jovic.
There's something about him that I love, and I think he's in the perfect scenario because he's not a We're misusing Jovic because he's not a defensive juggernaut, but he can be a key to this team when you got Jaime, when you got Bam. But that sounds.
But does he help you this season? That's my thing.
But that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
have enough for this season. Why am I going to move an option that I have? But now I get you this: DeRozan and Caruso are key players on a championship team.
Yes, they are.
That's a nice. I might consider that. And what you said, a first round pick or 2 first round picks?
It was a first round pick and then a first round swap.
So which
I think is fair. It's not too. Yeah, it's a swap. DeRozan's expiring
contract. Caruso, does he have 1 year left, or he's also an expiring deal?
That I'm not sure.
Caruso's a Heat type player, bro. Caruso.
That's what I'm saying. You lose Lowry, but you get Caruso, and then you get DeRozan, who you can put at the 3 or the 4. I like it. I wouldn't see. And here's my thoughts on the roster. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Courtney. What were you saying?
I said I'd give up Lowry. He's too high.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know until he steps on that field what field to court. I don't know what version of him I'm going to get. And when he's off, there's no coming back. Like, he is off. He will. Yeah, I'm not a.
He's a very hot and cold player for sure.
I don't like that. I want a little bit more consistency. I want more production.
If Bobby likes to squash it, bro.
He's just twisting the knife. Let him go. Let him go. He's enjoying himself.
I had 2 hours with him, and he was nothing but pleasant. It's got to just be you two.
Oh, of course. That's you just met him. You just met him.
Yeah, give it time.
Yeah,
give it time.
Give it time.
I can just charm anybody. Let me have it. Give me the win.
But for me, like I said this before, I said this last season about our roster, and I think those rosters better than it was last season.
Yes, 100%.
Alex would recall before this, the Heat struggled all year. They fell into the playoff. They went to the play-in, and I said, this team is a better playoff team than it is a regular season team. Once it gets into the playoffs, teams struggle because they can't last that 7-game series, especially in the East. People go, oh, Milwaukee, Jason Tate, Boston, etc. When their star goes down, because he can't last a 7-game series, or the physicality of the NBA playoffs in the Eastern Conference, and you got Joel Embiid out of the game, you got Giannis coming out of the game. The Heat, what they do is first off, their players stick it through, like Jimmy a couple seasons ago, who played almost every minute of the final of one of the games. That's what the Heat are. And when a player goes down, they have the next guy behind him who's going to step up because he wants to have that big moment because of what the culture is. Now, so if they keep the roster as is, I'm perfectly okay with it because I believe this team, they went to the finals last year. I think this roster is better than that team. So I think this roster could go further than that. What's further than that? But you say like Kyle Lowry. I like Kyle. I really did. I was happy when we traded for him, and I think he's done well for us. But Caruso, if you get DeRozan and Caruso for a Lowry, and you get Jovic, who's basically, he's your stash player. You want to see what he develops. But for that, DeRozan gives you that playoff. He's going to help you in the playoffs. You can put him at the 4 or the 3. You can put him in there with Jaime, and it's perfect. I would not hate it, but I would not hate keeping everybody the way it is right now, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a needle. You don't want a lateral move. You don't want a lateral move.
You got to
make a move.
Pushes
exactly.
you
up. This is the number one thing that pisses me off about Miami fans, and we have it every offseason, and always Pat Riley sleeping. Chris Greer doesn't know what he's doing, and it's constant over and over. I can guarantee you the same people that were the little Twitter fingers or the X fingers, and they were going off on that he didn't acquire Damian Lillard. Oh my God, the season is a waste. Why we should have traded for Beal. When you see the development of this team, at that time, people had no idea Duncan Robinson was going to play this way, which realistically, last year, the fact that we had Max Strus and Max Strus took over Duncan Robinson's role limited. But this year, you can see the Heat are playing more to the identity where you're using what Duncan Robinson does well to make your offense easier. Last year, when Jimmy came off the floor, you had no offense if Hero wasn't there or Bam wasn't there. What do you have? You have the Mexican version of Jimmy. You got Jaime Jaquez Jr., which, like I told you about, he's a better offensive player right now than half of the NBA. Why? Because he has excellent footwork. He can score all 3 levels. His 3-point shooting has improved. If you notice, Jaime Jaquez, every time he takes it up, he either gets fouled or he makes a contested layup. You can't teach those things. That's just hard work over and over and over. So you have basically a seasoned veteran in a 22-year-old's body. So, like I said, unless there's any major injury to this core, I think we're just hitting our stride. Are we going to have some off games here and there? Absolutely. There's always, like, West Coast trips. We start against Golden State. We'll probably play Sacramento. I haven't even looked at the schedule. We tend to struggle in these, especially when there's back-to-backs. Always in Denver. We always struggle in Denver. So this is going to be a big test where we are. You usually always give a team 30 games, 20 games to see what the team is. And I do believe that offensively, you don't see the numbers yet, but this team is going to get on a roll, and they're just going to play winning basketball. Especially Tyler's playing at another level right now. And with Duncan and Bam healthier, like, people don't realize that. We've missed Butler, we've missed Bam, and we're still 5th in the East. Like 3 games out of first place or second place, if I'm not mistaken. So,
can you stop moderate? Like, what do you want me to do? Bobby's not listening. Bobby, gee.
He's giving you a compliment.
God,
man. Evan just wants to join the show. He just wants to join the show.
Don't put that into the universe. Let's leave. No, I'm just playing.
He's just gonna log in.
Yeah, that's all he can do. Yeah, Bobby, maybe you need to come fly the kite. The kite story. What he's talking about. My mother sent me last night a video of Jason Alexander singing at Dick Van Dyke's 98th birthday celebration, and he sung "Fly a Kite." And my mother goes, "Oh, look, Evan's on national TV." So she sent me the video. So I sent it to Evan. And so so that's what he's talking about. You know, it's funny how much Jason Alexander or George Costanza, as most people know him, and Evan look the same.
Have in common.
That's right.
I didn't think of that, but now that picture's not leaving my mind.
It's stuck, right? Yeah, you see?
It's never gonna leave your mind.
You see?
You're never gonna unsee it.
Every time I watch, if I see Seinfeld or something, I can't unsee it. Larry David's another one. If I watch Curb, there's a scene when I showed Evan this when we were together in Florida. The scene where in Curb Your Enthusiasm, when he comes home from New York doing a movie or a show, and he comes home to see his parents, as he hasn't heard from his parents. His mom was sick, so he goes to visit his parents, and the father, he comes home. He goes, "Oh, you know, I tried calling you. Why didn't you answer the phone?" Oh, he's coughing. Why didn't you answer the phone? And he goes, "Oh, well, you know, your mother said never this. You know, don't call you. You're busy. You're in New York. You know, you're doing a movie. You're having too much fun." But he goes, "Oh, okay." And he goes, "So where's mom now? She was in the hospital?" And he goes, "Well, she's out of the hospital now." "Oh, so she's doing better?" "Well, in a sense." And he goes, "What does that mean?" You know, he goes, "Well, you know, people don't go on and on. You know, I'm not going to live forever. You're not going to live forever." He goes, "Is mom dead?" And he goes, "Yes, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead." It's a great scene. And he just stays, and Larry David just stares at him. And he goes, "But she told me not to bother you." You know, and he goes, "What does that mean?" "Well, you know, you're in New York. You're having fun. He goes, and then he goes, "When did she die?" And he goes, the father goes, "Oh, what? The funeral was on Monday." And he goes, the what? He goes, "The funeral." Oh God, if you get a chance, look on YouTube for that episode. I was dying. But now I watch that episode. I watch that clip with him, and all I see is Evan. You know, all I see is I hear Evan when Larry David is talking. It's like he's in a pod, you know. And that's what makes Evan a unique character that we all enjoy and love. All right, let's have some fun. Word of the day. I'm horrible at pronouncing things. I admit that. I'm not ashamed to say it. It is what it is. Actually, hey Tati, pronounce this word.
Are you calling me?
Yeah, pronounce this word.
You could have said please, by the way.
Please.
Do you want me to say it with a tone?
Say it with a tone. Say
it like you're Bobby.
Pobrecito.
Huh?
Pobrecito.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Pobrecito. All right.
Pobrecito.
Thank you.
For Puerto Ricans, it's ay bendito.
We know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Alex, say the word and translate it. That's the word of the day.
Okay. Okay. The literal translate, pobrecito. Pobrecito means like, oh, poor little guy. So it's something like that. It's something in those terms like, oh, it's someone that you feel bad for. That, you know, like, oh, like in Cuba. Actually, for us Cubans, we do say pobre. We say pobre for most. Oh, pobre. Like, but
I've heard this word before growing up. Pobrecito.
Exactly.
I've heard that. But bendito's the other one.
Oh, bendito's obviously Puerto Rican. But pobre, literal translation is poor. So it's kind of attaching like you being poor to like a bad situation. So I guess it just got caught on like, oh, pobre, like, oh, he has bad luck, or like, oh, I feel bad for him. So it's just a way of saying that, like, oh man, I feel
but you
bad
can
for
be
that guy.
Sarcastic too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
You know. You know. Somebody's being. You know. Bendito. You know, really being an ass.
Exactly.
Explained it for me. She said it's the Cuban bless your heart. Now I get it.
There you go. You see, like when we moved to Tennessee, we live in Tennessee, and we used to be people were Tati and I because these people were bless your heart when we talk. And we go, oh, well, damn, that's really nice. And then we realized, no, they're calling us stupid.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, bless your heart. We're like, God dang. So that's exactly what it is. So, ay bendito or ay pobrecito. Yes, Tati hates it. When people say that, she lights up. She does not like it.
I like my way of putting down men is I'm like, you're a sweet boy. And then you walk away. Nothing.
Damn.
To a grown ass man.
There's nothing worse than you could call a little boy, like a sweet boy, to a grown ass.
You're a sweet boy, and that's
cute.
Grown men lose their shit.
That's a cute attempt. Cute attempt.
A
for effort. Here's a
like, thank you. Damn.
That's my go-to.
Do you follow with a bye-bye? That would be like the ultimate.
Boy. Yeah.
I swear, if Tati tells me that later, I'm gonna go. Damn. Yeah, girl power. Yes, queen. Okay.
Yes,
anyway,
queen.
Tati.
No, but Bobby, you gotta read in that tone. Like, yes, queen. You gotta say that. Come on.
Ronald McDonald, do not speak that into the universe. Here's an idea. The Dolphins beat Baltimore, lose to Buffalo, and Cleveland wins out and gets the number 1 seed. Stop it.
I would rather lose to Baltimore. I would never want to lose to Buffalo. Are you kidding me?
Never.
No.
I don't give a shit. And
I would be pissed if Miami lost to Baltimore, but that would go away once Miami beats Buffalo. I feel better about everything after that.
Baltimore, and if we lose to Buffalo, you wouldn't even know that we beat Baltimore because I would be.
Yeah. I'm with you. Pobrosito. Cito. Yes. I have the pronunciation right here.
God, bro.
I'm sounding it out.
Brecito. Not Pobrosito.
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 Pobro. What's that, Pobro? No. He wasn't ready.
Thank you. Pobro.
You're welcome, Tati. I got you. Look, I've never understood this. This man was raised in Hialeah. He grew up in a Cuban neighborhood, Cuban parents, Puerto Rican family, and he still cannot pronounce arroz con frijoles.
Bobby's more Canadian by the day.
It's all the bacon. It has to be the bacon.
You asshole. Why'd you have to go there? Anyway, whatever. Hey, it's really part of the character. I have to mispronounce things. I don't care anymore. Anyway.
Bobby, what was the one that you would always mispronounce? Oh my God, it was something that we would say all the time, and you would always mispronounce his name.
Oh, his name?
Greg Sylvander.
Salamander?
You never got his last name correct, bro. And he's such a cool guy.
If we ever get him on the show, I won't be on.
Oh my God, no.
No. Linguist would have feet. Okay, whatever. All right, questions, silly questions. Let's roll into it here.
Let's roll.
All right, and we're going to start with the guest of honor here, Courtney. Just rip the Band-Aid off here. Okay. If you were the last person on Earth, what would you spend your time doing?
Wow.
Anything I wanted.
Well, you got to get specific. That's
easy. But what options do you have?
Okay. There's no other humans.
No other humans. It's just you.
Are there animals?
Yeah, I last person on Earth, so I assume there's animals.
I'm going to like the African safari by myself. You give me that fucking, that they have, and
okay,
I'm gonna try to like befriend some animals. I'm gonna try to like really like get like my gene, like Tarzan and Gene.
You mean the modern day Tarzana, Snow White talking to the birds,
Ooh, this is gonna be controversial. Number 2, I'm blowing up the orchard.
Ooh.
Buffalo, I'm coming for you.
Oh, you're gonna go. just what are they gonna do about it?
It's not like there's any Super Bowl trophies to blow up, so. Yeah, that's probably number 2. Wow.
So first of all, I'm not going to deny that, because something I would do is go to grocery stores and get all the fresh food, make sure they're all stored in fridges, and that's my supply to eat. What?
I'm gonna get my G-Wagon, and I can get like multiple. Like I can literally just take one, drive the shit out of it, and then.
That's what I'm saying. So
just everything's accessible. There's no humans, but everything's accessible. Groceries are fully stocked. I can go and play at the Kaseya Center. Just start shooting in the court. I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah, everything's still running. I mean, obviously, what happens to the world when people are not around anymore eventually goes down. Things will go down. But if you're the last person on Earth, Alex, what would you spend your time doing?
Tam. Okay. Number 1. Number 1, I'm going to learn how to fly a plane. And
that will be the end of that.
I'll start something small. I'll start something small. I have all the simulators available, so I can access everything. I have power. True. I have everything. So I'm going to teach myself how to fly a plane, so I could go everywhere in the world. I'll eat. I'm never going to run out of gas because gas stations still have supplies, so I can still God, bro, that's crazy.
So see, that's something I always wondered about. Like I have thought about that before. It's like if there was like no one around, like if it was ever like God forbid a common situation
type shit.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a show called Last Man on Earth, and of course he doesn't end up being the last man on Earth. Yeah. But it's last man. You see him just go. He lives in the White House, and that's what I was like. Man, I would go to those places that you can't go through because they block everything off. That's what I'd go to Graceland over here in Memphis. I'd drive from Nashville to Memphis, go to Graceland, go upstairs, go to Elvis's room. I finally saw it. You know what are you gonna do? Stuff that I would do. But
and see moon landing and shit. Is that really? I want to
go to Area 51. Like go drive.
I'm in the documents. I'm in the documents though.
And taking pictures. I'm taking pictures of everything.
This will be Courtney. I knew it. Look, there's nobody else here. Shit. It's just me. Well, shit.
Okay.
I befriended the apes and the lions.
That's right. You know, they're like, this chick is crazy. She's still talking to us. Now, we don't know what the hell she's saying.
the cool thing is
here. You know what I mean? Dude,
would it be the same because you have no one to talk to or no one to share it with? Like, for example, you can't watch anything. So there's nothing going on in your day that is not you. So there's no news. There's no one tweeting anything. So it's just literally you wherever you are at the moment.
Yeah, because you watch movies. You can still watch movies.
That's true.
As long as the power is still going. Tati says you would go insane.
And so what happens if there's a power outage?
So I think I would enjoy the peace and quiet a little longer.
Yeah, I would be reading books probably, which is kind of crazy to say. You know, I'd be taking it. I mean, I think after a while you kind of go, well, damn, where's those crazy kids?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I want my kid. You know, but you know, now we're like feeling bad as parents, like, you know, we want our kids. I didn't mean to do that. But I'm just it's just a scenario.
And this is 100% true. This is 100% true. You will go absolutely ape shit after a while. Like, I mean, we've all seen.
Not if you're hanging out with the apes like Courtney. Why would you? You know?
Lost your mind. So I'll be over in the Lululand talking to like lions. No one's there to be like, hey, Courtney, maybe we need to get you on some meds. No, because
that's a good point.
That's good.
So what the hell are you talking about? You'll go insane. No one's gonna tell me I'm going insane because I'm the only one on earth. I determine who's insane.
No one's gonna tell me that I'm Delulu. I'm living in Delulu.
Hallucinating. Who cares? I'm the last person on earth. I'm hallucinating. I'm sitting in the White House talking to Abraham Lincoln. Who's going to judge me?
Funny thing. Would you go into a genetics clinic or like one of those hyper chambers and try to bring someone back to have someone?
Have you never seen any
you're right. Yeah, that Pet Cemetery for one. Let's just go with Pet Cemetery. You know. So Alex, let me ask you this. Who would you bring back?
Anybody.
Oh, shit.
Anybody in the world. Will I bring them back like in their prime? Or like
Salma Hayek.
That's a pretty ballsy answer, and I applaud you for that, sir. If you weren't poisoned now, you'll be poisoned later. But that might have been where Courtney was going. Obviously, not Salma Hayek, I don't know, but she said in the prime. Who's in the prime? If you had to bring someone back in their prime.
Yeah, like if I bring them back, like have to raise them from a child, they'll grow up to be who they were, or like just, you know.
I guess they appear who they are, right? Not like it's not like can you imagine Salma Hayek and also it's a you got a razor now.
That's gonna be completely weird. Completely.
Yeah,
weird.
You can't do it now.
Can't do that. Sorry.
Anyone back? I don't know. That's a tough one.
It is, right?
Because like if I want companionship, or do I want like a friend, or do I want somebody that could like pick up the skills that I may be lacking in survival mode? Like, you gotta be strategic about it.
Could be like the Amazing Race. You need to pick someone that
and also something that you're not gonna get fucking tired of and be like, why the hell would I bring you back?
And then you kill him.
Well, you're not gonna get arrested for murder.
You can't.
Isn't this the Grand Canyon's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
He gone.
Go back to the lab.
If we're going on like the Salma Hayek train, I'm bringing back Nick Bosa. Purely just to look at,
not even to survive, nothing. Just like,
hey,
Nick.
That's the whole reason you brought Salma Hayek back. If we're going on that train of thought, if we're going somebody that could like help me and be forceful.
I would.
I'm bringing back friend back because me and her can get into a lot. I was in Denver with her for that Heat game. I feel like if there was anybody that I could end the world with and get some shit done, it'd be her. But if we're gonna do that, I'm looking at Nick Bosa all day long.
Bob, I know you have to bring Tati back because she's right there next to you.
I was gonna say I'm bringing Tati back. I'd bring the wife back. Yeah. I'm not scared. You took Salma Hayek. I would say
Salma.
I would I would bring Tot back because she's the only one who could stand me. You know what? There's no guarantee you bring back Salma Hayek. She's gonna like you. She's gonna go. I don't want to be with you. You know, Tati. She
has no choice. She has no choice. No choice, bro.
Wait till she gets to the hallucination stage. Then he's gonna be her ideal.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Tati is not bringing you back.
Oh, for sure. Ask Tati that question. I guarantee you, she's not bringing you back.
She'll bring back Jason Taylor.
Of course.
Oh gosh. All right.
Bro. Say Xavier, but I don't know if I'd want to be off the field with Xavier Howard.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with Xavier Howard. X gonna give it to you, man. X gonna give it to you.
Going there. I was gonna say I'm not going there.
Gonna give it to you.
Like X, come on, Dolphins fan diaries.
Way to do a promo to bring him on. I want to bring him back, but I'm not going to because I don't know if I want to do with the off the field thing. It's like, well, there it is. Xavier Howard off the list for attending Dolphins Diaries.
I was going to answer crazy woman's messages. Not anymore.
I mean, this Dolphins team has a lot of kids. Has a lot of kids.
What's his name that has like is it Darrell Revis?
Oh no, the cornerback, the one that had the Cromartie.
He
had a vasectomy and he still had like 3 kids after it, bro.
Yeah, kid.
That's some strong sperm. They're like, ain't nothing stopping me, bro. No disconnect Wi-Fi. Boom, I'm going through.
No disconnect Wi-Fi.
I'm gone, baby.
Oh man! All right. See, that was only question 1, and look where we veered off to.
Let's go.
All right, question 2, Alex. Start with you, and then Courtney, you follow up. Tati, what?
Read it up, Tati. I swear to God, Cromartie has like 14 kids or more.
Yeah.
He had a TV show. They had a TV show.
You remember what's that woman's name? Octomom? Remember Octomom?
Oh my God, bro.
God, that poor lady's body. What sport do you find silly and have trouble understanding why people enjoy them?
What sport I find silly? Okay. Wow. I'm going to... Can I say power walking?
That's not a sport.
It's an Olympic sport. I swear to God.
No.
I can't say that? Okay. All right. Let me see. What sport? You know what? I'm going to say... oh my God. What is it? Is it It's not croquet. Oh my God. It's very big in India. Oh my God. I'm saying it wrong. It has like semi-baseball rules. Oh my God. Oh, curling. That's cricket. There we go.
Yeah, that was the one.
I don't know the rules, but I just find it funny, the paddle. I actually like pickleball. Pickleball is awesome. Let me see. What other sport? I'm trying to think of something aside from... Because you see, even Tati says golf. Golf is actually pretty relaxing when you play it. And it's it's kind of like your one-man game. It's just you against the field. But it's pretty relaxing. It's more like a chill game.
Well, I was going to say, with golf, I started to me, I used to think golf was stupid too, growing up. You never understood it until I actually sat down and, I downloaded a game one time and started playing. And that helped me understand about it. And that's why I was like, man, this is kind of fun. Like,
Evan,
I can see me doing and enjoying
playing the golf course? Is that ultimate frisbee? There's a game like you playing the golf course, like the
cans, like those trash cans almost, and you have to like get it.
Oh shit!
Into like
fencing. I actually think fencing is awesome.
Fencing is cool. I think fencing is cool.
I think it's a. Oh,
you don't have to be embarrassed when playing with swords.
It's one of my favorites, like the face off, the old school get on a horse, and you have your I just completely blanked out on the name right now. Oh my god, that we always see in medieval times where it's like the original, like you get on the horse, you line up,
you run and you smash the person
and
with
you
the stick.
smash the person off the horse. Oh my god, what is that called?
I don't know.
Oh my
The D.
god.
Jousting.
Yes,
Jo-
jousting. Thank you.
Bobby Carlito does not think you are cool. What did I do? What did I do to you?
Someone tore their ACL playing frisbee. That must suck. It's a horrible story to tell.
You want to go play frisbee outside?
Oh yeah. That would not be the story I would do.
So did you already name the sport that you think is ridiculous?
I'm gonna say it's not ridiculous. I just don't get the rules. So I'm gonna say cricket.
That was my pick. Was cricket.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't get the paddle slamming it. And bro, this is huge. There's stadiums full of people watching this game, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So it might just be ignorance on mine.
Mine is one that I didn't know existed until I moved up north. So when I had never heard of this when I lived in Florida, and I grew up in Florida. It's lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse. Okay.
You got the helmet and you got the tiny ball, but you got the stick in the air and you got to. I don't get it, and
it's like hockey.
Well, they have the boys play lacrosse, and the girls play field hockey, which is like a hockey stick in the grass.
Yes.
Basically. And those two, that's like the male. Like, that to me is like weird. I don't get it. I didn't even know. I moved up here in like high school, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do lacrosse." I'm like, lacrosse. And I saw it, and I was like, I never want to see this again. Like, this is weird and confusing, and it's huge up north. Like, it's huge.
Bobby, actually, I want to change my choice. I'm going to say badminton.
I've heard of that, and I probably know what it is.
I love playing it. Okay, but you're hitting a little ball that has like a little cape, and you're using like elongated little tennis rackets. Like it's a high school sport. People play it in high school and everything. I just find it funny because you're hitting as hard as you can. Like, it's like, imagine Bobby hitting a little Nerf ball, a Nerf golf ball, with like little flakes. When you Google it, just badminton, just look at the set. Volleyball. I know a bad coach.
Volleyball is not my. I can't sit down. Well, I could, but I could watch it.
Oh, look, that's the emoji. It's literally that.
Yep.
That's badminton or badminton. Am I mispronouncing it?
Or badminton.
There's two because one's a board game.
Oh,
Gammon.
Oh yeah,
that's the one I've heard of before.
Yeah.
One's a board game and one's the thing with the balls.
Yeah, badminton is that one, the one with the ball. Yeah, volleyball's awesome. I don't know who hates volleyball.
Evan apparently.
Idiot.
Evan. This kid is called the birdie. Is that big up in Canada, Evan? Badminton?
Yeah.
Let me see. He usually responds real quick. I mean, you know what sport is? It's like no one understands it, and it's horrible. Hockey, like hockey, especially in Canada. Canadian hockey is horrible.
It's big up here too. I have my cousin's like a hockey game.
It's huge in Nashville. He's being sarcastic.
I'm just waiting for Evan.
But I know it's huge here in Nashville. Hockey's huge in Nashville.
I've been to 2 hockey games my entire life, like professional hockey games. And I will say, I don't know what's going on. And if you don't have a great seat, like you can't see that little flipping puck, where that puck is. But the atmosphere at hockey games,
it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's the only sport where they encourage you to fight, aside from boxing and like UFC. Like they love, like they'll let you fight.
My first hockey game I went to was with the Florida Everblades.
Okay.
At first game, they're taking gloves off and they're punching, and I'm like, oh my god, the ref's gonna stop this. And my friend's like, no, his gloves off. And I'm like, can this translate to football? Like, we take our helmets off, you can start throwing punches. Like, this is phenomenal.
And I gotta admit, Evan, I know this offseason, there's a player that died playing overseas. I always thought it was the most dangerous sport because you're skating on blades, man. And it happened to Olli Jokinen, which is a Florida Panthers player, like almost, I think, 13 or 14 years ago, where a player tripped and the skate was like an inch away from his jugular. So those are things that I'm wondering when they're ever going to do, if they're ever going to change this. And Evan, maybe you can help me out with this. In hockey, have they ever thought about doing maybe a helmet that covers the neck area?
There's a neck guard. They said that
Okay.
that league, when that guy just died, that they're
Uh-huh.
implementing the new rule is that you have to have like neck guard thing. I don't know why it hasn't been a thing always, because
That's insane.
He was getting charged with manslaughter, I think.
Oh, because he did it on purpose.
I don't know if it's on purpose, but apparently he has like a history of
Ooh.
being a dick on the field. So.
All right. You got two more here.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying how this all rolling. I was just looking right here. There was a video. Opry Mills. Tati's about to look it up. As I'm saying, Opry Mills here in Tennessee. They thought there was gunfire, so they evacuated everybody. But really, what it was that at the Haagen-Dazs store, a couple of teenagers got into a fight and they threw a metal chair, which sounded like a gunfire, and that evacuated the entire mall. And I'm watching the fight right now. A bunch of doofuses. There's the chair. There were multiple chairs, and that's what people thought were gunfire. All right, so
look at this. You see right here. This is crazy to me.
Hockey's dangerous.
And Evan, in junior hockey, the puck is still wood, or is it any like composite material, something that is less dangerous?
I hate ice skating in general. That I've fallen. That's how I busted my chin here. That my chin was half. That was Alexandra's birthday party, Alex, and then I forgot what it was for, but I remember I was tying my ice skates and I put my hand down and somebody was walking past and they stepped on my fingers with their ice pucks and I got cut here on my. And I remember my Aunt Andrea, who's a nurse, was looking at it. It wasn't no real damage, but she was scared because she's like, that could cut you through because that's
absolutely
straight up
that
blade.
could go right through everything, man.
So after I always hate ice skating. The first time I went ice skating in a while, and I was horrible at it. And obviously now my hip messed up. But it was in Chattanooga when I went ice skating with Audrey, and I was holding her on the thing, pushing her, and I'm like, of course I look like an idiot. Like, I'm like, not gonna fall again, damn it.
I love my daughter.
I'm doing this for her. I'm risking my life. As she like, Dad, I'm gonna get off the ice. What? Courtney, would you consider yourself a morning person or night owl? Either or neither?
Either. So like once I'm up, but like I don't want to I'm not gonna pop up. Like I don't, and I sure as hell am in bed by 9 p.m. every night.
Really?
I don't listen on my here's a TMI on my Hinge profile because I'm like out in the dating world. Literally, the prompt that gets the most attention is it says like, "What's your ideal night?" And I said, "Dinner at 5, drunk by 7, home in bed by 9."
You're gonna get a lot of feedback.
I do. No, men love it. The guys are like, "This is like the greatest." I'm like, yeah. I'd say like I'm coming out for a good time, not a long time. Like
that's
if you're and I don't want to eat dinner at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, but if I'm not fed by 5, I'm gonna be nasty. Like I need like prompt meals. I'm not going out to dinner at 8 p.m. Absolutely not. People get ready to go out at 9. I'm ready to go home at 9. I'm neither. Neither one. I'm up if I need to be up, and if you need me to go out late, like I'll drink some coffee. Like I'll get it there, but like you're not gonna have me all day and at night. Like there's gonna be a nap. Like
there'll be a nap in between.
I don't do either. But like once I'm up. So yeah, I'm like neither. Like I'm in between. Like I can do it, but like it's gonna be work either way.
Alex,
I'm definitely not a morning person. I do like to get up sometimes early to take advantage of my day, but I'm definitely not a morning person. I used to be a night person, and I still like the nighttime because obviously due to my work, a lot of contracts and all that I do later at night after I'm done with coaching and all that, and my kids are asleep. So I'm a night person by default, and I do like to catch maybe like one episode by myself at night in my little den there. So. But I like what she says resonates because as I've gotten older, I love. There's nothing better than be home early and relaxed, showered, chill. Like there's something about like people like, oh, I'm gonna go out. I'm like some 20-year-olds, and I'm like, dude, it was really never my scene. But now, especially, like I have an excuse. I'm like, nah, bro, I gotta go home. I gotta go to work. I can't go anywhere. I gotta do a show. I gotta be home early. Like there's nothing that's gonna get me out of my house. That's one thing. I love my house. I've always been a home bird, but as you get older, you love where you're at. You love your home, no matter what it is, bro. It could be a hole in the wall. Like you love your home. Like I don't want to go anywhere. Like don't call me for anything. Like if it's an emergency, I'm there for you. You know you got me. But don't call me. Oh, we're thinking about going out at 10:30. No, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all, man.
They're starting at 10 o'clock every night. So if you're trying to get a touch with me after 10 p.m., it ain't happening until off in the morning. So, the only exceptions are my kids or my parents in case there's like an emergency.
Exactly. This is unacceptable, by the way.
I'm not checking it. I'm home. Sorry.
Evan, this is betrayal.
Shame.
This is betrayal, man.
Wow. I would say either for me. I wait, and there, it's funny because you would think I would sleep in on the weekends because I don't work if I, and I wake up early when people are asleep.
No, I can guarantee you, Bobby is a late night person. You know why? Because there's a cup of milk, and there's a good 5-6 Oreo cookies.
But I could go to bed. It's crazy. I could go to bed 1, 2, 3 in the morning. I'm dead serious.
And wake up early.
Watching TV and wake up in the morning before everybody.
Oh, bro, I wouldn't be functional. I wouldn't be functional.
I do it. It's just
wow.
I can up with an alarm. Like I'm not waking up.
But what I agree with on this is with the both of you, and Tati and I are both the same. It's that we don't like to go out. Before Tati and with Tati, even which I guess that's where we synced. A lot of it was we like to be home. When I leave, people go, I need a break from home. I need to go out. Blah, blah. I like to be home. I hang out, watch my own stuff, chill. I want to be. People are like, you want to go out, go to a party? Alex goes to 20 birthday parties, 10 weddings, bar mitzvahs, everything.
You got
That's ridiculous. I mean, I love it to death.
People, you have to be.
I know people, and I'm still not going. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I went to my cousin's best friend's cousin's sister's father-in-law's wedding, and what?
That's what helps you. You know people in Miami, but you live in Nashville, so you have a perfect excuse. When you know people here, you can't be like, you know what? I gotta go to bed at 9. Alex, what are you talking about, bro? It's a fucking wedding. You have to come to my wedding. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll go.
We make excuses not going.
Hey, COVID was awesome.
Sitter. I can't.
I can't go. Awesome. Oh man, sorry.
Oh, my kid's sick.
See?
Can't. No one. I love that your kid's sick. No one.
I love COVID, bro. COVID was amazing for my social life.
It's different.
I didn't have to go anywhere.
If my sister's daughter's birthday party or Alex, your son, or whomever, and I'm down there, obviously, you got it. But
of course,
if it's your Jake's best friend's cousin's bar mitzvah or whatever, Bobby, you can come. I'm not gonna go. Alex, have a great day.
At all.
Or just be like, I already have plans that weekend. I'm so sorry.
No, this guy would drive to my house and I thought you had plans this weekend. Why are you still here? My plan was to stay in my house.
Yeah.
When we were kids, Courtney, when we were kids, this guy, I would tell him, I'd say, hey, we're playing basketball. We play basketball every day in front, or street football or street baseball, whatever it was.
And even hockey. We played
street hockey, wrestling. We did it all. We would go. After a while, I'd say, hey, I'm going to go get some iced tea. I'm going to go. And okay. I'm done for the night. It's late. I want to go out. I'm done with the day.
It's late. It was 6:30, bro. 7 o'clock, man. It's late.
That's late, man. What's up? Anyway,
we were 12 years old, bro. We were 13 years
Whatever,
old,
bro. That's how it was. You know what this guy would do? He'd walk into my backyard with my German Shepherd, Butch. He'd go back there, just go to my window, and he'd go, Bobby, what are you doing? Come on, bro. And then, or he'd knock on the front door, get into the house. I'm there in my room, chilling out. Because now I'm just gonna hide here till I can chill.
But that's the thing. I would
come outside, bro. Let's go.
Tell me. You see, I'm gonna put him on blast right now.
You ain't putting nothing on blast.
The only reason I ever did that is it usually happened during halftime, or Alex, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get something. This asshole will go. I'm gonna go get something for 35 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? He told me I'm waiting. I'm here with my basketball, and I'm waiting. I'm like, nah, he ain't doing this shit to me. Yo, let's go, man.
Oh gosh!
Walk out with a couple milk. What's going on, bro?
Fuck you!
Man, your obsession with Oreos should
Oh, absolutely.
Love Oreos.
I
did something different yesterday. I got Chips Ahoy. I was like, I'm gonna try something different today.
If you notice, his beard is growing into an Oreo. He has the white filling here in the middle, and he still has black on the sides. I'm getting there. I have a lot of whites here that you can't see because it's bigger now, but I'm getting there, Bob.
Why? You lost? You couldn't buy any Just for Men for this week?
Oh, very funny, very funny. Actually, it's funny. Now that you say that, that's one of my questions to me. But to you, would you ever dye your hair or your beard? Because I would never do it. I love the salt and pepper.
No, Tati doesn't want me to either.
My hair
I
is
joked
done.
about it. Yeah, Tati does not want me to.
My hair is
Yeah.
done, so I'm gonna say yes. I'll dye my beard.
Your dye your beard. You had a beard.
Yeah, Tati's told me before. She's like, "Do not dye your beard. You look like a villain." She wants white hair on the sides.
Not to put this out there for anybody who's listening. That'd be a great prank to pull on you. Is to just for men your diet while you're sleeping and you wake up.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Bobby
Well,
likes to draw on while he's sleeping.
Fuck off, Alex. I knew you were gonna say it. Look, the one time I got drunk was the last time I got drunk. It'll never happen again. It will never happen again. Does not have great when Bobby did not have great when he met me.
Now, there's nothing funnier when you have old guys that are very like white, like pale white, and then they have like jet black beards and jet black hair. It's like, whoa, there's something wrong here.
Well, because their
Like,
hair
it
is
does not
lighter,
look
like
good.
it's not as thick anymore. So it's like you can tell. You know,
it looks so fake. Absolutely.
Let's not talk about male people, please. Okay, not all of us are Hispanic. Okay, some of us.
Hey, I'm the whitest Cuban. I am the whitest Cuban you ever see. I promise you. This just because of my face and the beard, but like anything here, people. Oh, can't even see that. Like people you walk around here in Miami, they're like, "Dude, are you sure you're Cuban?" I'm like, "Yes, bro, I'm Cuban."
I guarantee you that you will look so dark next to me. My best friend's Mexican, and he likes to tell people that my night job is showing planes where to land.
Oh, damn. Damn. All right, here's a fun one. And here's the final one. When Bobby wears that hat, I need to call him David Sampson.
David Sampson. Oh, man.
And I think I started with Alex so I'm going to start with Courtney on this one. So this one is kind of a conversation Pat and I've had in the past, and it's always is a fun conversation with anybody, really. But everybody's had this thought. It's kind of morbid, but everybody's had thought about this. Okay? What do you want to happen to your body when you die? Buried, cremated, planted under a tree, thrown out at sea, buried at sea? What would you...
I've already covered this, and the family knows. I want to be cremated, and I want my ashes spread over Hard Rock.
Really?
Over Hard Rock. Yeah, I've already figured it out, make work. So my ashes spread over Hard Rock.
Bobby regained his Puerto Rican card when he met me. Bobby is a gringo through and through. Whatever, woman. Evan Posner, he wants to be frozen. Alex.
I personally, I want to be cremated. But I want to be cremated with like Cuban cigar, some Cuban coffee. Put me in my guayabera for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be conserved, like in like kind of these little that when you get the ashes, you can make them into like a stone, or something of that sort. But if not, just my kids can pick where just to send me off, because at the end of the day, it's just physical. Everything else will live on some way somehow. So I'll be all right.
Yeah, so donated to science? Who's donated to science? Oh, Evan? Oh, maybe.
For what reason? For what reason donated to science?
What's up, Irvin, man? Good to see you, brother.
Dímelo, Irvin. ¿Qué hola,
so, for me, first off, this is why this conversation is always fun. I don't want to be cremated. I don't want to be burned. I don't care. I'm a dead body. I don't want to be burned. I just can't do it. I don't want to be buried because I don't want worms up my ass and everywhere else coming through my nose and all that.
So what the fuck do you want, bro?
Huh? What you say? What do you say?
What the fuck? Oh, go.
Not you, Alex. Courtney said something.
You're not gonna know.
I'm gonna know. I'm dead.
No.
I'm gonna know. I am gonna know.
Everybody will know except you.
I will know, and shame on everyone else who knows.
There myself.
Huh? Yeah. I want to be entombed. I want to be in a mausoleum. I want to be entombed. That's what I want.
What are you, a
pharaoh?
pharaoh?
The fuck you think you are, bro? Yeah, like get out of here. Entombed.
Kiss my ass. Hey, what do you even come at me like that?
Alex, we want you to hand build the pyramid.
Yeah, it's like
hell yeah! If you can do it, I want to be entombed. I'm dead serious. I want AC. I want so people could come visit. I want to have the little house, and I'll be in that little center part.
While you're podcasting, like in front, like you just want to be entombed.
I'll be like this. That's that way, Alex. When you come to visit, and you gotta go visit the tomb, I'll be like this, and you're like, "Hey, Bobby, what's up, man?" And it's just like, but I'm in the tomb, but that's my statue, like this.
That's like, well, it came out, the little statue that's in the Orlando airport that's been there since the 80s, like the Lost Traveler or something, or the Distraught Traveler. how it looks so realistic, and it's been there from '86 from my resume. So this will cost me more than death than alive. That's true. That is true.
I've told her I am serious that's what I would like, but I've told Tati though, do whatever you have to do. You know what I mean?
Like, do you want us
if she
or do you want like one of those mausoleum type places in the cemetery?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Do you want like to be like the base of a pyramid, or do you want to be like in the cemetery? In like the mausoleum in the
I want to be in a fucking pyramid. I want a mausoleum. You know,
dog, I got you, dog. I got you. We're gonna put you on 49th Street, right off the Palmetto in Westland Mall. I'm gonna put you right there,
in the dead center. I've said no. The mausoleum. That would be my preference. I would be in a mausoleum.
You know how much those are?
I'm dead. You know what the fuck? You know?
Oh yeah, right. Well, fuck it, right?
Whatever. You know?
Right.
I'm just.
Have you hear me out? We could build this. I mean,
it'll be fine.
If I die sooner rather than later,
get some wood, get some cardboard, some gold spray paint, and we got.
Don't worry, Tati. We'll embalm him. Absolutely. Don't worry. He's gonna be taken care of.
Yeah, fuck off. Alex will build it. I know Alex will.
I'll
because
build it for you, bro.
Listen, if I go anytime soon, all of Phins Talk Sports Network fly to Tennessee and build my mausoleum. There you go. There's the goal. No, but I've told Tati before, and I've said it before. It's like, hey, you know, if you do what you have to do, if you think you're leaving Tennessee and whatever, then cremate me so you take me wherever the hell you go. Don't go to Puerto Rico and leave me somewhere in another state somewhere. And you know, I'd rather be.
Go with her. So like she's gonna just pick a spot and plant you.
Say what? What? Ashes over this. There you go, Herman.
That's in the corner. Well, one sedan is in the corner of our house for sure. So.
Yeah, it is. It is. I will find you a plot of land off the 95.
But we'll spray your ashes on Palmetto during traffic hour. Just
so that way you can truly spread. You know,
everywhere.
Yeah. And then it'll give you asthma because I'll just fly right up your foot.
Just rub.
You know?
My dad actually. It's funny. My dad actually told me. It's like, oh, if obviously he wants to be cremated, just put me in a tobacco and smoke me. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me, Dad? Obviously, he was joking. He was joking about it, but I'm like, I'm not a big believer though in people that have just the ashes in the house. I don't know how that would feel. Like, you know, you kind of have like your ash, and it's like, oh, that's father. It's like, whoa.
I see people I agree with that. You know, have it there. I can understand putting like if a kid puts it on the kind of carry them with them.
Yes,
but
yes, I like that.
I think what would make more sense, I've seen it before, like here, is that you could put people, you cremate them, but then you put them in the cemetery. They're there. They put it in the little wall. That makes more sense, you know.
Yeah.
Roll me up and smoke me. Okay.
Okay, I would like to not ingest that.
Oh, that Willie Nelson song. Yes, I see. Did you see Willie Nelson's song, "Roll Me Up and Smoke Me"?
Yeah.
When he dies, it's a good song. That's a good song. That should be your dad's song.
It's very Willie Nelson and Snoop Doggish.
Yes. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. All right, so guys. Anyway, this has been East 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah, with special guest Dolphin 72, who will be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern on Dolphins Thursday YouTube, interviewing the one and only Shannon Needham. Courtney, where can they find you on social media and so forth?
On Twitter or Instagram at doll_fan72.
That's right. And we don't know pregame, maybe postgame, because depending on how you're feeling and if you're angry, if we're losing.
Send me links. It's fine. I'll
just throw you a link.
Just throw me a link. I'll hop on.
You're a link away. You're a link away.
Last postgame, I was a little tipsy, so.
You were. It was a lot of fun, you know.
Everybody, my first sentence was, "Hi, I'm on. I'm drunk."
It was.
Fair warning.
Are you on bandwagon tomorrow? No, you're not. Oh, sorry. I know what he's saying. Sorry.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Evan will be on Phins Talk Sports Network with Fish Tank Hank to do the Phins bandwagon. They are back at their normal hour. That will be at 8 p.m. after Courtney's show at 7 p.m. Eastern with Shannon Needham. That's gonna be a lot of fun, but that will be on Dolphins Thursday YouTube. Make sure you guys go check that out. Go check her. Hit that like and subscribe button, and come over to the Phins Talk Sports Network to catch Finstanza and Fish Tank Hank as they talk about the Dolphins. Why is Miami not getting the respect they deserve? And, of course, they're going to touch on the Ravens game. Alex, how was this? I know you're under the weather, but how was it having this little breakaway from reality?
Oh, it's always fun, man. Especially during this holiday season, it's always cool to hang out. It's because it's this semi like you're still working, but you're really technically off your mindset. You're relaxing. It's a new year coming in, this week. So, and our teams are successful. Thankfully, Alex and Courtney carried the show.
Jinx it.
It's always, man. He has to just jab that last one in. Did you tell him though that bandwagon might be canceled? If no.
It's about to be.
It's going to go for 2 hours because when we get on a roll, we get on a roll.
Oh, he called me today. He was like, I have a show idea. Me and Courtney were killing it. We had a blast. Yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Let me know. I'll work on it. He said it. He was all about it. And he said it was kind of, I mean, it's true. Every time I walked away and I came back and I turned it back on or went to my phone, you guys were still on. And Tiny's like, they're going on forever. Yeah. So, yeah, he texted me. He's like, dude, I have a new show. We got a new show. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I told him I'll do it. I was like, sure, whatever. Throw me a link. I'm here.
Throw me a link.
There you go.
That's going to be my catchphrase. Just throw me a link.
Just throw me a link.
If you want to know if she's a night owl or if she's throw her a link. She's not going out anywhere.
Yeah.
But then she goes,
I'm home, okay? Home. Okay? She's happily home in her jammies.
That's awesome. Well, there we go. So maybe a new show coming onto the Phins Sports Network with Finn Stanza and Dolphin 72.
I'll do it if I can choose the title.
Throw me a link.
Ooh.
That should just be the title.
Send me the link.
Send me the link.
I was going to do Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that is awesome.
Damn. That was me and Tati's wedding song. Tati was the Beast, of course, and I was the Beauty. But that was our wedding song.
That was.
Goddamn! You just come out like that. You just can't just ease it in, huh? You just in there,
just right in there, bro. Right in there.
Right too. So that should warn everybody if you want me on post games. It's water. What you're up against.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, hey, everyone, thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to catch Courtney tomorrow on Dolphins Diaries with Shannon Needham. You catch Alex on either Fast Break or the Goon Squad, maybe. We'll maybe flipping that around a little bit. Fast Break might be here. But more, you'll always catch him here on East Century Boys, and I'm everywhere. Wherever I can be, I'm around. But until then, like, subscribe, and most importantly, if you're Dolphin fans, fins up.